Welcome to Being Human. Today's question is why we should fight for what is right. Now, when my kids go to school, I always tell them, tell the teacher if you see something wrong and make sure to tell me, because this is the only way we're able to put it out in the open and help solve the problem. And this works in the real world as well. So what you will see is, in most cases, whenever there's an issue in the real world you're fighting for, it's usually politics, right? And in first world countries, fighting for what is right means using your words, not violence. But before you start to fight for what is right, you want to make sure that a problem exists. Again, historically, leaders have always taken advantage of their followers. It's happened for centuries. Hitler, for example, in the 1930s, convinced 80 million people, regular people, that there was a Jewish problem, and they all voted him in, right? And by being able to convince people that there's a problem that doesn't exist, this is actually called false cause mobilization, right? But once you decide that, okay, there is a problem, then you're going to come across an opposing party that says, well, we have another problem that's more important. And you both may agree that both are rights to fight for. However, you differ in the hierarchy of what's more important, right? So how do you decide what you're fighting for is actually better than what the other person is fighting for? So I defer to the the Declaration of Independence. And Thomas Jefferson said something really awesome there. And he said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." And what's great about this quote is that he mentions that all men are created equal, right? It doesn't matter ethnicity, all men. And then that they are all endowed by their Creator, not my Creator, your Creator, their Creator. So the founding fathers were aware of freedom of religion. But going back to the hierarchy of what's right, they mention life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So life means that all men should have the right to food, shelter, and water, right? To security in life. And then liberty. Liberty is the second thing. Basic freedoms, right? Bill of Rights, constitutional rights, due process. And then the last thing that's least important is the pursuit of happiness, right? So this includes finance. This includes us being able to do what we want and practice what we want without harming our fellow neighbors. So again, I always default to this when it comes to deciding on what is right and what I should fight for, and I make sure to check my sources. And I hope this helped you in your fight for what you believe is right, but just always check and make sure that it is an issue and that it is an important issue that isn't infringing on other people's rights. Thank you.